Welcome back to Baking and Brewing with Bob and Dominique. We about to brew. We have 11 pounds of pale millet measured out. We have 1.5 pounds of biscuit rice measured out. And our special ingredient of the day is caramel millet malt. Specialty. This has not been really released to the wide scale yet, so I'm really excited to be one of the first people to play around with this malt. Should give a nice color and a great taste to the finished product. We're gonna make a lager so that we have a very clean yeast to really taste all of that malt. Very excited, we're about to go in. I'm doing something special today that I usually don't do in my mash process, where I'm almost at boiling temperatures. I'm gonna mash in and then I'm gonna add cold water to get down to our second enzyme add. I'm gonna be at the top end of the maximum efficiency with our liquefaction enzyme, which is termamyl or liquid endo-alpha amylase, which is available at glutenfree homebrewing.com. So I blended down the caramel millet malt and it is smelling really good. A lot of honey notes, definitely has a nice sweet character to it. I'm really excited to play around. We have 1 heaping tablespoon of liquid endo-alpha amylase going into 5 gallons of water that is 197 degrees. I heated it up to 200, then turned off the heat. And now our malts are going in. Here comes the pale millet. All right, now we have our caramel millet malt and biscuit rice going down. Oh yeah, it's thick. Here comes a gallon of colder water. All right, this foam means great things. That means that we're getting a lot of starch conversion right now into dextrins and sugars and different kinds of things like glucose and maltose and maltodextrose. Our temperature has dropped down pretty quickly, down to 179. Now we're gonna recirculate it open until we reach about 155. So we've got a little ways to go. It'll take about 30 to 40 minutes probably with our recirculation arm. We're gonna start it right here. You want it at an acceptable flow rate so that you don't get the water up too high and that you get a good body of water above the bed grain. We are down to 155 and we are pitching our saxzyme, which will be our CBAML L. We're gonna do another heaping tablespoon of that and we're gonna stir that up. We don't care how much or how far down this goes. It can go down as low to 140. What we're trying to do is we're just trying to get the wort clear right now. That we're going to heat it back up to about 168, 170, and then we're going to add nearly boiling water to our sparge or lauter, where we're going to wash the water off the grains. Brewing, where drinking on the job is commendable. Today I'm drinking my dark fruit ale. There's no actual fruit in it, but the fruitiness from the hops, interestingly enough, plays with this dark malt to a place where it feels more like a plum or maybe some sort of a prune or a fig even. Incredibly tasty, but very unexpected on the palate. The beer today will be bittered with Crystal, which has about 7% alpha acid. That'll give us a nice clean, but not too over bitter. We also have Wakatu, which will be a nice citrusy and very nice aroma heavy for our lager. We're very excited about using these 2 hops today. Time for sparge. We have our sparge arm connected into our hot liquor tank over here. And right now we're gonna lift our bucket of grains in our mash tun out of the liquid. And we are lautering. We have reached boil. You can see it steaming off there. We're gonna let that boil for about 15 minutes, then add our hop spider, then add our first charge of hops with the crystal hops. Crystal. Walkatou time. So it's still summertime in Southern California. This is about as low as we've been able to get the temperature. But look, we have active fermentation going on. Oh, and it's beautiful. It's just so beautiful.